Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Heather if you're new here. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 3. Today's video is just going to be a book haul. I mentioned to you guys on the first day of Vlogmas that I recently quit my part-time job that I had at the bookstore, and while working at the bookstore I had 50% off books. So I put my 2 weeks in a bit ago, and for the last 2 weeks that I worked there, I was slowly buying books like every single shift to take advantage of the 50% off. So I have a bit of a book haul for you guys today. I also mentioned to you yesterday I was planning on going to the library today to read. I'm actually going to do that tomorrow. So tomorrow's video will be a library reading vlog and probably just like a daily vlog. I'll just bring you guys along on my day. I've been staring at this pile of books in the corner of my room, and I was like, I just need to like share with you what I bought so I can put them up. Alongside these books I'm going to show you today, I also bought a ton of mangas. I bought every single book in the A Sign of Affection series. I've read the first 2 mangas and I have absolutely loved them. And then I also bought the mangas about that Mr. Villain Panda Man. There's like 6 of them out, so I got those. And then I got the 2nd and 3rd book in the Lulin's Candlelit Dinner. I don't know what that manga series is called, but I bought those as well. They're in the other room, but just wanted to let you know I did get even more than what I'm going to show you today. The first book that I bought, The Glass Castle, which I actually talked to you guys a little bit about yesterday. This is a nonfiction book that I believe follows a very dysfunctional family. It's a memoir about this girl's very dysfunctional family. That's what I think it's about. I also think there's a movie out about it. I told you guys yesterday that one of my goals for 2026 that I'm starting early is I want to read at least 1 nonfiction book a month just to branch out a little bit. I feel like I've been very good over the past year with branching out with genres and authors and styles of books. So I want to branch out yet again with the type of books that I'm reading and incorporate at least a little bit of nonfiction. And this is the nonfiction book that I also would like to read in December. The Second Death of Locke. My friend Eden read this book and absolutely loved it. And when Eden loves a book, I know I am most likely going to love the book. Eden has incredible taste. I'm trying to think of a book that she's read that I haven't liked. I'm pretty sure I've liked every single one of her book recommendations. Big fan of Eden. If you're not following her, you should. She's incredible. I feel like she's mostly on TikTok, but she does post YouTube videos on occasion. She's an incredible creator, an incredible friend, and I love her so much. She read this book, I think a month or 2 ago, and was raving about it specifically on TikTok, and I was intrigued, so I bought it. I'm not only intrigued at the fact that my friend liked it, but I'm also intrigued at the fact that the lady on the front is wearing armor, and there's a sword. I'm really into women in armor. I'm liking them a lot. Gray Flynn has dedicated her life to Mage. She will be his blade on the battlefield, his healer and protector. Oh my gosh, this girl is gonna be his healer and protector. I think this is technically fantasy, but there are romantasy elements in it. The good romantasy. The romantasy that we tend to like. The deep well of raw power inside her is Kyr's to wield. Oh my god, is she being used? They are bound together by blood and magic. Oh my god, this is sounding really, really good so far. But there is one truth Grey dare not reveal, not even to Kyr. For Grey is no ordinary magical well, and if she dies, all magic dies with her. Wait, that's a crazy little plot twist there. That's crazy. It's seeming like there's gonna be love between this girl and then whatever soldier on the battlefield uses her as his healer and protector. I like that there's a little bit of role reversal here and that she is the healer and protector. She is to heal and protect him. Okay, girl. I think it's crazy though that if she dies, all magic dies with her. That's a secret. That's a secret. Perfect pairing of romance, pining, and sprawling epic fantasy. Wait, why do I kind of want to read this as soon as possible? I love the font of this. Like that, I'm a fan. There's a little bit of artwork in this book, and I really like the way that looks as well. Everything about this is speaking to me. Like, I'm a fan. It seems really good. It also seems like it's going to be the perfect blend of romance and fantasy. The next book that I got is Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. I believe this might be available on Kindle Unlimited. I can't remember if it was either available on Kindle Unlimited or if it was available through Libby with my library. One of them, because I downloaded it a couple months ago and then I never ended up getting to it. I made this friend at work, this girl who would always come in. She was a customer, and every single time she was like, have you read Long Shot yet? Because we talked about it one day and she was telling me her love for this book, and I just still have yet to get around to reading it. So I saw it in there and I was like, let me buy it. I need to read it. I need to read a Kennedy Ryan book. I still have yet to read Kennedy Ryan, and I've heard nothing but good things about her. I think this is going to be the first book that I read by Kennedy Ryan, simply because that girl at the bookstore, she put me on. She made this book sound incredible. The MMC in this book is in the NBA. I believe this is a little bit of a second chance romance, or at least there's a connection that starts and then they go their separate ways and then they come back together for like a little bit of a second chance. Oh yeah, I'm right. Iris and August. August is such a cute name and Iris is such a cute name. Iris meets August in a sports bar during her last semester of college. Oh my gosh, they have an insane connection, but then the two go their separate ways. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my gosh, they had like an electric night together. Oh, but then August re-enters her life. Okay, we're safe. Okay, we're safe, and I can't wait for that. I did not know Bloom was the publisher of this book. I don't know who I thought was publishing Kennedy Ryan's books, but for some reason I did not think it was Bloom. Before I continue with today's video, I do want to quickly thank today's sponsor, which is Rocket Money. Most of you guys know I'm an avid user of Rocket Money. I have a premium membership and have had my premium membership for over a year. It is how I budget, how I track my finances, how I recognize that I have too many subscriptions and I need to cancel some. It is my go-to money tracking app. If you don't know what Rocket Money is, it is an all-in-one personal finance app that helps you lower bills, cancel subscriptions, and overall just manage your money better. My favorite thing about the Rocket Money app is definitely being able to set custom budgets. You can create a custom budget in seconds, and the app shows you where your money is going at all times. The app identifies your top spending habits, and it has insights on how you can stay within your budget better, which is just very helpful. Take control of your finances today. You guys can go to rocketmoney.com/heather.mclarry and get started with Rocket Money for free today. Thank you, Rocket Money, for sponsoring today's video. As always, I'm a big fan of your app. I use it every single day. And now let's get back into the vlog. The Possession of Alba Diaz. This is the author that wrote Vampires of El Norte. That book is technically horror. I read it a couple months ago, if you guys remember. Technically horror, but it feels like it's just romance. It's shelved in the horror department, but the romance of that book was so heavy and so prevalent and so fucking beautiful. It feels like a romance book leaning horror and less horror leaning romance. I loved that book so much. I thought it was so well done. It was set in Mexico. The characters were lovely. The storyline was lovely. The pining and yearning in that book between the characters was chef's kiss. I have another book by this author as well, The Hacienda, and I went ahead and bought her newest book just so I could have it on my shelf because I plan to read this anyways. Other than me liking this author's other book, what has actually intrigued me to want to read this is this sentence I'm about to read to you. When a demonic presence awakens deep in a Mexican silver mine, the young woman it seizes must turn to the one man she shouldn't trust. Like Vampires of El Norte, this is also set in Mexico. The next book that I bought is actually a book that I've already read and I love so much. And I didn't even know that they had come out with a physical edition of it that was being sold in stores. It was published through Bloom as well. Thank you, Bloom. The Wolf King. I couldn't find the second one in there. I don't know if it's out. The second one, The Night Prince. I want to go get that one as well. I loved this Wolfie series. I've read the first two books. I think the third one is coming out this spring. I have a vlog of me reading the series if you guys want to see my full thoughts and want to watch that. I just had such a good time reading both of the books. It was very much stereotypical romantasy, but I had such a good time. Oh my god, I had such a good time, and the men were in kilts, bitch. They were in kilts and I was eating it up. I don't know if this is technically a special edition or if this is the way the published edition is going to look, but it's very pretty and I really like it. And I saw it in there because of pure luck. I was shelving a book in the fantasy hardback section at the front and I was like trying to move this one out of the way, and then I was like, holy shit. It's the Wolf King. I have to get it. I'll eventually get the second one on my shelf. This is my trophy because I read it on my Kindle because it's available on Kindle Unlimited. If you don't want to go watch my vlog where I read this book, really all you need to know is this girl is kidnapped by werewolves and used as leverage so that the wolves can take down the humans. It's really all you need to know. But she falls in love with the wolf. Oh no. I never saw that coming. How insane. Nobody would see that coming. The Child Thief by Bram. I want to read every single one of Bram's books. I have now read Krampus, Slewfoot, just read Lost Gods last month with my book club. That was our pick for the month. I read that book in a vlog. I forgot. I read that while I was in Gatlinburg. Loved it. It was so good. Not my favorite. My favorite might actually be Krampus, and then Slewfoot, then Lost Gods. I want to read this one and then his other book, Evil in Me. I had this one in the store, so I ended up getting it. This one is even chunkier than Lost Gods. And Brahms books are already bigger than your stereotypical book. This is huge. This is huge. Oh, it does have artwork in it, and it slays. Oh my gosh, she is stunning. And I love the back of this. When did this one get published? Because come to find out, Lost Gods was published in 2016. This was published in 2009. Whoa, is this like a Peter Pan retelling? I think this might be a Peter Pan retelling. Peter is quick, daring, and full of mischief, and like all boys, he loves to play. Though his games often end in blood, his eyes are sparkling gold, and when he graces you with his smile, you are his friend for life, but his promised land is not Neverland. 14-year-old Nick would have been murdered by the drug dealers preying on his family had Peter not saved him. I think this has something to do with Peter Pan. Interesting. The next book I'm going to show you is a special edition. And I think out of every single book that I have bought, it is the prettiest one that I purchased. This special edition of Wuthering Heights is genuinely so stunning, and I love everything about it. We had one last copy in the bookstore, so I went ahead and got it. I haven't read this book since I was in like high school. So I want to do a reread of it before the movie comes out so I can be at full hater potential if need be. That's awful of me to say, but it's true. Unfortunately, the movie looks like it's going to be so good if it was separate from Wuthering Heights. If it wasn't Wuthering Heights, it looks like it would be incredible. Acting wise, dramatics wise, set wise, incredible. But not with it being based off this. The soundtrack also, I just know it's gonna be so good. I know it's gonna be so good because I love Charlie XCX. You guys know how much I love Charlie XCX, and the songs that have come out for it so far have been so good. It looks like it's gonna be so good separate from Wuthering Heights. The next book that I bought is another trophy. This is a book that I read a couple years ago now, and I really loved it. It's one of my favorite thrillers. It's based off of true events, and it is, in my opinion, the right amount of thrill in a thriller. I do not do well with certain thrillers that make me feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack. Like when you get my heart rate up too high while I'm reading, suddenly I can't do this anymore. This, thankfully, didn't make me too anxious, but at the same time, I still felt like the thrill. If you hear Phineas snoring, she is conked out over here. And she's starting to snore really loud. I know you can probably hear it. That's okay. Miley, our main character in this book, is an Olympian, and during her time off from training for the Olympics, super casual, she goes to work at a lodge in the mountains. And during her time there, she wants to still continue endurance training, so she goes on runs in the woods. When one day she gets kidnapped while in the woods. Miley's plans take a terrifying detour when she's abducted during a morning run. Held captive in a desolate off-grid cabin, she'll have to use her athletic prowess, cunning mind, and courage to survive. She is kidnapped by these, I call them preppers, into the world type people who need a woman. So they're like, oh, woman, let's take her. It is crazy. The Bog Wife. After talking about my love for bogs and my love specifically for Blood on Her Tongue, a lot of you have commented or messaged me that I need to read The Bog Wife. In this book, there are sacrifices that these families make in the bogs in West Virginia. Doesn't that sound so good? I sound like a crazy person for saying that sounds incredible. Each generation of this family has to sacrifice its patriarch to the West Virginia cranberry bog that sustains them. In exchange, the bog produces a bog wife. Brought to life from vegetation, this woman is meant to carry on the family line, but when the bog fails or refuses to honor the bargain, the 5 siblings, still grieving the mother who mysteriously disappeared years earlier, face an unknown future. This is a Gothic eco horror, and it sounds so good. Oh my gosh, it sounds so good. Something about me in a bog. I'm just really, really into it. I'm really into it. That reminds me, I need to go walk in the woods sometime this week. Go take a visit to the bog. Say hello. I also bought another book by this author, Thin Places. There is something that haunts the guest at this hotel, and this hotel is on the edge of a swamp. Oh my god, maybe I am Shrek at heart. Love a swamp, love a bog. It's just so appealing to me. It also seems like there are violent sacrifices made in this remote Slavic village. I'm guessing that's where the hotel is? There is a lot of shady shit going on here. And I'm here for it. And then the last book that I bought is a romance book, and it is Along Came a Moor. I saw someone in my book club reading this, and they were saying that they were having a really, really good time. Actually, that's all that they said about it. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I saw it at work, and I had a large stack of it, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy it. I don't know anything about this other than it's romance, and someone I knew really liked it. On the back it says, no strings, no feelings, no falling in love. I'm gonna assume one of these babies can't do casual, but it's casual. That sentence made me think of Shane Hollander. Everything makes me think of Shane Hollander! My baby can't do casual! My baby can't do casual! That's literally all I'm thinking about. So I won't be reading this until probably next year. I'm not in the mood to really read many romance books at the moment because Heated Rivalry is consuming my everything. It is consuming all of my brain space when it comes to anything romance. It is consuming my being. So, won't be reading this until next year, when at least I've seen every episode of the TV show and I can move past this obsession with that romance book and the series. And those are all the books that I bought at the bookstore during my last 2 weeks working there. Thank you guys so much for watching Vlogmas Day 3, and I will see you guys tomorrow for some sort of vlog. I know there will be reading involved. I know I'll be going to the library. I don't know what else I'll get up to. I think Spotify Wrapped comes out tomorrow, so maybe we'll talk about that. I'll see you guys then. Bye, guys.